I wanted to talk about this, and I wanted to really give some praise and some props to this Matt Reeves, soon to come, directed the Batman starring the one Robert Pattinson, right? The trailer is absolutely amazing, and I think just for the sake of this podcast and to kind of give praise again to good art, because I think for all the stuff that I watch online that talks about the the fandom menace and the fact that these studios don't kind of use the source materials of comics as a way to kind of make good series and movies and whatnot. There's way too much of it nowadays. When you finally do get a good adaptation of a superhero, such as Batman, especially with the amount of layers that he has and the introspective stuff they could do with it, it's just deserves props that they actually did a good job. Judging by the trailer, of course, the trailer looks fantastic. Let's not kind of let's not mince our words in that way. It looks utterly brilliant. I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna have some other glorious words to kind of attach to the side of this when I come on from it from the other end.
Police! Hands up! Stay still! Get out of here!
The Riddler. Oh yes.
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call.
Oh, come on.
It's a warning.
That line, man. Come on. The armor looks amazing.
I've been trying to reach you.
It's filmed like a thriller.
This is a powder keg, and Riddler's the match.
I can take care of myself.
Catwoman. Sorry, Kravitz looking
Continue. It
amazing.
won't be long before you've nothing less.
Penguin.
I don't care what happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
Whoa! Take it easy,
Oh, so good. The Ice Lounge, look at it walking through. So amazing, man. Such like the comics.
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you
Waiting for
under
the sun
there?
to set. Oh, look how good this looks, man. I love these sort of scenes. The gun flashes go off inside the dark room. This scene's gonna be amazing to watch in the cinema.
What's black and blue and dead almost?
Scars come back.
Dear God.
I got you! I got you!
Boots. Look at he's wearing a pair of New Rocks, isn't it? Straight to the Bergs. Unfortunately, we gotta wait until March the 4th, 2022 to watch it, but god damn, it looks absolutely amazing, man. And again, like I said, there's too much, or there's a lot to be said for, again, bad adaptations or interpretations of comic book movies in general, or comic book series in general, right? TV studios, they do what they want with them, especially nowadays. There's too much politics attached to them, too much woke politics attached to them, too much representation and diversity just for the sake of it, right? That doesn't really add to the story. So when you see something that's being done justice in some way, shape or form, it does need to be praised, especially with the with the kind of style they're going for, this kind of dark early part of the Batman's history, where he's kind of coming to grips with what it means to be Batman, Obviously in the city of Gotham, crime ridden. It seems like everything that he does, there's not real much difference that he's kind of adding to the city, and overall it's kind of doomed to failure. Corruption abounds, and here he is, a one man basically, right, with no real superpowers, trying to keep criminals in check in some way, shape or form, while also dealing with his own demons. And the other thing, again, a slight thing I wanted to touch on, I think is great little detail, is this: they decided for some reason to keep the eye makeup on underneath when he takes off his mask, which we don't necessarily see in other Batman series, right, or movies specifically, right? When he takes off his mask, his kind of face is completely clear, but he's obviously got some makeup on that he does underneath his eyelids, and it just looks incredible. It looks really, really, really good. It looks so sinister. And again, Robert Pattinson is a really underrated actor. I think, again, unfortunately, he got a bad start to this film because of the early stories or the early leaks coming out that he didn't want to work out and add muscle. His voice wasn't that great in terms of the Batman voice he put on, but so far from what I've seen, I'm okay with how he looks in the suit. I think the suit buffs him up as much as it needs to be. I think his voice is fairly accurate, and again, he's just a supremely talented actor. I think he won me over with his roles in Inception and The Lighthouse, and I think he's going to do a fantastic job as a younger version of Batman. And again, I think maybe it's an odd thing to say, but I think he just looks more... He kind of is a great Batman in the same way that a thingamajig, what's his name was, in the other ones, my name escapes me, right? He's a far better Batman than a Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck is probably too big of a star of an actor to kind of let the Batman character kind of come to the forth. Whenever you see Ben Affleck dressed up as Batman, you just see Ben Affleck in dress up. You don't really think of the Batman, right? Or you don't think of Batman in general, you just think of him. So maybe with Robert Pattinson's ability to kind of allow the act or the character he's playing to kind of come to the forefront more than him as a person, that's probably why he's a better person to kind of play that role overall. But I'm really looking forward to it, man. I can't wait. It looks already like a great adaptation. It's supposedly going to be 3 hours long. It's a kind of noir kind of basis film. I think if it's successful, we'll probably definitely see a sequel coming up very soon. Some of these shots already are going to be looking iconic, right? It just looks absolutely incredible. He's going to be wrestling, of course, with the idea. He's going to be wrestling with whether or not some people are irredeemable, right? That kind of philosophical argument is going to come up a lot. He's probably going to get close to the point of killing somebody. There's going to be a lot of violence. There's going to be a lot of violence. I feel like he's going to get broken up and built back up again, right? But I really, really, really cannot wait. Yeah, obviously Christopher Bale. Sorry, Christian Bale. I thought was a really good Batman. He again was an actor that he was able to kind of let the Batman, even Bruce Wayne character, come to the forefront and let him as a person come to the back. But unfortunately, people like Ben Affleck they're just too big of a star, too big of a actor to kind of play a role like this and do it justice in any way, shape or form. So I'm really, really excited to see it. I honestly cannot wait. I love the color tones and the coloring they're using with this black and red. I forgot what comic it came out that was similar to this, but there is someone that is obviously done this before. I forgot what graphic novel it was. It came out recently. It's not the one I watched recently of Batman was The Long Halloween. That was really good, but it wasn't that. It was something else that I watched that I thought was really accurate. But yeah, really can't wait for this to come out March 4th 2022. The Batman is going to be absolutely sensational, and I think Robert Pattinson is going to do a brilliant job. I really, really do. I'm not doubting that in the slightest.